Olá pessoal, bem-vindo ao meu canal. Eu sou Adolf, professor de inglês e francês. Mais uma vez, esta lição vai ser ensinada em inglês para ajudar as suas habilidades de inglês a se desenvolver mais rapidamente. In today's lesson, I'm going to talk about 10 idiomatic expressions related to relationship that Americans use. Are you ready? Let's go. Our first idiom is love at first sight. Love at first sight. So what does it mean? At first sight can be defined as the experience of starting to be in love with someone as soon as you see them for the first time. The experience of starting to be in love with someone as soon as you see them for the first time. It's like the connection you feel between you and the person on your first seeing or meeting. It even happens to some people to know that they are going to be in love with that person who they meet for the first time. Let's have some example. It was love at first sight, and he proposed to me 6 weeks later. It was love at first sight, and he proposed to me 6 weeks later. The first time I looked in his eyes, I knew it was something special. I guess it was love at first sight. Our second idiom is to have a crush on someone. To have a crush on someone. So what does it mean? To have a crush on someone is to be attracted to someone. To be attracted to the person. But it's mostly used to describe young people's feeling. Now let's have some example. This girl can't even look at me straight in my eyes. I think she has a crush on me. This girl can't even look at me straight in my eyes. I think she has a crush on me. Wendy had a crush on a boy in her class. Wendy had a crush on a boy in her class. Let's go for our third idiom, guys, which is French kiss. French kiss. So, what is a French kiss? A French kiss is normally a kiss with mouth open and tongue touching. Kiss with mouth open and tongue touching. It's important for you to keep in mind that when they are talking about French kiss, there is tongue contact. Usually the lips are apart and the tongues are touching. Now let's have an example. He gave her a French kiss, which made her feel like everything was perfect. He gave her a French kiss, which made her feel like everything was perfect. Let's go for our next idiom, guys, which is to pop the question. To pop the question. So what is it? It's actually very simple, guys. To pop the question is to ask someone to marry you. To ask someone to marry you. It's usually made by the man when he kneels down before the girl and asks the question, "Will you marry me?" Now let's have some example. Winnie was delighted when Matt finally popped the question. Winnie was delighted when Matt finally popped the question. She waited for years for him to pop the question. She waited for years for him to pop the question. Our idiom number 5, guys, is those three little words. Those three little words. So what is it? It's actually very simple, guys. Whenever you hear someone talk about those three little words, the hidden meaning is I love you. I love you. This is what you have to keep in mind. Now let's have some example. It is obvious that Steve really loves Sarah, but she told me that he has not said those three little words yet. It is obvious that Steve really loves Sarah, but she told me that he has not said those three little words yet. Dale was really happy when his girlfriend said those three little words to him. Dale was really happy when his girlfriend said those three little words to him. Let's go for our idiom number 6, guys, which is blind date. Blind date. So what is it? Blind date, guys, is actually when two people who have ever seen each other before go on date. When two people who have ever seen each other before go on date. These people usually meet on a site made for that, or it can also happen that someone had made the arrangement for them. Now, let's take an example. She agreed to go on a blind date with one of her friend's former boyfriend. She agreed to go on a blind date with one of her friend's former boyfriend. Let's go for our idiom number 7, guys, which is to love someone with all one's heart and soul. To love someone with all one's heart and soul. So what is it? To love someone with all one's heart and soul is to love the person very much. It's usually when your feelings for the person are so strong that you feel that you cannot live without him or her. Let's have an example. I gave you this ring because I love you with all of my heart and soul. I gave you this ring because I love you with all of my heart and soul. Our idiom number 8, guys, is to be on the racks. To be on the racks. To be on the racks, guys, is when a relationship is in difficulty. When a relationship is in difficulty. Usually the two people are having hard arguments and even on the edge of rupture. Let's have an example. Their marriage was on the rocks as they couldn't get along with each other anymore and were having huge arguments very frequently. Their marriage was on the rocks as they couldn't get along with each other anymore and were having huge arguments very frequently. Let's go for our idiom number 9, which is to tie the knot. To tie the knot. To tie the knot is to get married, guys. To get married. Whenever you hear people talking about to tie the knot, keep in mind that they are talking about to get married. Let's have an example. When are you and Rooney going to tie the knot? When are you and Rooney going to tie the knot? Let's go for our last idiom, guys, which is to kiss and tell. To kiss and tell. To kiss and tell, guys, is to reveal intimate secrets about one's sexual partner. To reveal intimate secrets about one's sexual partner. It's usually something that happens after breaking up or one night stand, but it's mostly made by boys. Let's have an example. I really don't want to date Sonny. He likes to kiss and tell. I really don't want to date Sonny. He likes to kiss and tell. Agora é a hora da citação de hoje. A nossa citação de hoje é You have to think anyway, so why not think big? You have to think anyway, so why not think big? Se você gostou do vídeo, não se esqueça de dar um like e de se inscrever no meu canal. Obrigado por assistir este vídeo e até a próxima.